Suaangan, 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 Tadi kuala ini Suaangan, 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 Suaangan. Thanks for coming. Kau yang pelak tu ngapa bunga kai kape. Ini kaya kita kau kita hundawa ini beli kau tak tambah hak peram.
Bagi hemarunga tap kami siko kapta uwag siko kapta tap ko adanipta umag kulo ko saya lublo inupeto hungay niya ko ba ito kaldiray atikot ahin yun yun po kaltibot wag pigo payangit kubot takan na napta ilingit at iwag tao ilingit ilihaw ti huklo inupeto ilingit aliyahin tanipton ilihaw ti hugatikot Sabra abat pabawat pigo payangit kubot kahit tingnik takan na napta ay kapta ngayon kapting nun, ngayon kautay na huli ito. O kauti huli, iningitap daw ko kauti huli. So ba, sabi na ninapta na kuro agad. Intak kayo kakamaliwag kayan, indudakat kayo lakating ukat lagalak to at inyo petong. So ba, mao nga, napta, inyuwing mo. Siko kakami tablet o kauting piyok ta kaya ni peto no kautilay tiwi tanihungan niya ni siko sila kakating hawag ti kakating tanihungan niya ni ay yap lutit tihanik siko nga kaming waking dahil mahita nito hungan niya kaliyuting Sabra agli raktuan makwa ang ayokli kukwa kilanadlo Lillian lo. Sabra o kalsitik piyong ito along kinipiyato makatlato alukto. Paro yung katlagalok niyo kang kilagalok to. O katkan niyo yung sa kanipiyato. Sabra damang nganin. Dan na ang ayokli ni piyo wakating Nukakalian waki hai maka yang kaya pihak tu kan nyupia tu, dan itu pengai nak. Lagi nak tengok wapi wakai wakau citing tabrani si wakakami wakan.
How did some people keep their language even though the pressure of school?
I think like your mother and Lillian, who's the oldest daughter, they kept their language because your mother talked with them all the time in Novella. Same with your mother. She was brought up in the school where the individuals that kept them spoke in Novella to them.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very difficult for young people nowadays to keep their language because English is spoken everywhere, on TV, on the radio, and a small portion of the radio programs are in Aboriginal languages. The school system, everything is done in Inuvialuit. We may have Inuvialuit classes, but they're about 30 minutes and they're usually isolated in the school. They're just as a subject.
The way I've been able to keep my language by understanding it is my parents never sent me away to the hostels for the winter and stayed home with them. And they spoke to me in Inuvialuit all the time. And the only problem I have is speaking because the other kids that I play with and in school and everything, it's all English too. And I have like nobody to speak with all the time. All the kids that come back from the hostel, they're all speaking English.
You're saying that there was no Wellington teaching there, that's why? In a school?
No, not then. We were taught in English, every subject. There was no special classes for Wellington teaching. So in that way I got left behind in school, but I was able to keep my language. But I'm happy.
How would we keep our language now that we lost it?
Well, there are several things that we're trying to do in our region. I went to a conference in Fort McPherson recently, and the representatives from all the communities were talking about what they could do immediately in their communities to start working towards reviving our languages. One of the things that came out from the community was when the individuals go home, they would go on the radio and tell everyone in Nunavut, start speaking in Nunavut in the radio programs, and talk to the young people what is happening with our language and how we can save it. There are also night classes. Lillian, maybe you want to talk about that?
Rosie Albert is teaching the night classes now. She teaches on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 hours a night, and that's where she's helping the middle-aged kids, and plus I think there's some older ones there, but I'm not sure how many she's teaching right now. But I know she's doing that so that they can learn. There's some of them that know how to speak, but their tongue is just not, I don't know how you'd say it. You know, it's just, it's there, but then sometimes they forget how to say things. They know what it means, and, you know. Well, a few years back, too, when I was teaching, that was what was happening to them, too.
You see, in the English language, there are some sounds that are similar to Nunavut, but Nunavut has some sounds that you do not hear at all in English. So the children have difficulties in saying those sounds, like your ha, ra, ga, sha, the sounds that don't exist at all in English language. These are the areas that the students have difficulties with. One of the things I was going to talk about was the additional means to, or ways to try and help our language. We're training the Aboriginal language and cultural specialists to teach in the school. I'm teaching the first course in Tuck on the 16th to the 20th. And after they complete their course, they get their interim teaching certificate after they take this first course. And the majority of the course is learning the written, letters of Inuvialuktun. The other thing is we have 2 preschool programs that are supposed to be immersion. One is in Chuck and one is in Paulato. And the immersion teachers in Tuck informed us that some parents come to their class and watch them teach, and so they're learning just as much as their children are learning. But the kids pick up very, very quickly. They're very pleased about that.
How about some young people that try to keep their language, how to keep it, you know? So once we're fluent in before they go to school, and then when they go to school, they get they're losing their language and they want to keep it. How do they keep it?
Well, that's why they have night classes, and that's to keep. Like I said, I had 3 students that were they were well knowledged in their Inuvialuktun language. They knew how to say things, but they just their tongue wasn't loose. Once they started saying these things over and over, they got better and better, and other things they picked up on too. That's why they have night classes too, so that for younger people to help along their, to get together and get stronger in their Inuvialuktun language. Mm. I think that's what's going to really help them. 2 hours is more than how many minutes they have in schools.
I think one of the most important things is you have to have parental support. The parents have to support this program. The community has to support the programs. You have to speak in Inuvialuktun at work, at school, when you go shopping, when you're talking on a phone. You have to hear it all over for the children to learn it again. And when the elders had a meeting 3 years ago, they said, children learn very, very fast. The younger they are, when you speak to them in your language, they pick it up very quickly, and that's another area that we should look at.
What happened to the children that could not speak English?
Some of the children were punished for speaking in Inuvialuktun in school, and also in a playground when you talk to your friends in Inuvialuktun, and the nuns were there. They didn't like it at all, probably because they thought you were, talking about them. But that is the only way the children could communicate in their own language. They didn't have the skills of English back then. Some of them were punished for speaking their language.
Mom, Inuit makwat outlet, coordinating the piragat, makwalo ilihakti tirat, Hanologit lihauri na yakpat makunanga tamanyak to na kokautiptin.
Upakihitaina inyun no takat humuna lagaming sikoreagaming imma inyo malamane apagaming inyo pejong pilyak pati kanya kilyak patataman yung tagawrat iyang kanya kilyak aloktud aglat kanok tilakting inna wakaktung naktilakting inna kanya kigalok na go. وقلل الوقت إن أنو هم يكبروا قطعين نقتلاقين نلو وخلو yang itu harus cikgu kami nyupetu naqallal waqtu yang itaglan وقلبوا تاعنا اللي هما بلوهم يكبروا قطعين na اللي هما وخلو upa taina inuit mane stolearaloarpata nutaqatingai makpata taina inupeatu nuqautillalu timma ilinguraayartut upakkinalorpaullartuni humik ilitsuleqatarnartoqiñuum uqautihuugainni
Makome ilihaurirat kayokteqaramin ilihimaluamik nakunayarpa
Terus tamat ko ilihaurirat taniktun imay nyupetun tamna watay naktokit nalala kaming imay nyupemik tay nanutakatim matam na tay na itokit nalala kayaktut.
Where do we begin to teach our language? In the children or middle age?
the answer to that is everybody has to work at it. It can't just, like we've tried for over about 20 years in the school system, and it's not saving our language at all. So we may as well try different methods to save our language. And I think the most important thing is we all have to work at keeping our language, whether people your age or younger, teenagers or children or grandparents, everyone has to work at speaking the language, encouraging the young people. I think that's the only time it'll work. It has to be everybody working at it.
Kana umewa ili haurigupta nakuna yak Lillian.
Tay nakita pa unnomi ili haurirod ikayok pati ang iyok hagurod dahil nutakating ukautil lahit pati na inyuwelog dun ikayok pa ula kaya inutakating tam na pigo kung ipiako midyong ang iyok hagurod nutagurod ang iyok hagurod ili hautil na yakay di manutakating tayo na pigo kung ipiako midyong pigo kung ipiako midyong ukautil na tam na hawaw tiyak pa ula kaya kaya
Mama, kana umewa iniwektat ilitsuk kalakpat makona ukatiptigun.
Tabre ilitsukkalaqtun nutaqqat inuiaktuat makuakiuva nutaqaungitsuatunni innasaaratutimnia teenagernik piuwa tamatkua ilitsukkalaqtun inupiatun ilihaavreqanñangitsukua night school ilihaavriruat unnuami taapkuaqanñatualuk atautsiittigianik piuaqaluvit immait nahum iliaqaa inuit ilihaavriuraqami naniliqaa ilihaavriuraqami humuktauraqatin tavreimma nutaqqatilinñayapayaaqtuttaitnaqami.
Rose, what does the future hold for teaching and learning the language of the Inuvialuit people? The future.
I think when we look at it right at this moment, it doesn't look very good. But we have so many Inuvialuit out there that are very sad that they do not speak the language. When you see the drummers, some of the drummers can sing, but they don't know what they're singing. When you watch some of the children, they speak, but they don't know what they're speaking. I think more and more people are becoming aware, that our language is really, really in a bad state. Like one of the individuals told us recently, if we Inuvialuit were all animals, we would be in the endangered species list. You know how they keep watch out endangered animals? Well, when it comes to Inuvialuit, our language is endangered. It means it's very close to being lost. What the future holds depends on how much we want to work together as Inuvialuit to save our language, and that means our Native organization, that means the divisional board, the schools, the Inuvialuit in that community. Everyone has to take on a very important role to keep Inuvialuit.
Mama, kana me okati napan maka kan nguhurot Inuvialuit?
Wakitaitna Peqqaaqamingu vaavaguttaarnu taqaukaptatainna taniktunoqarniaqqaaqaptaallaa taniktunoqallaktuni honarpagaloqaimeeqaaqpaktuni oqaaqataaritsia tavretainnaqatingnu taqqat kanguhukuting oqallagulaitsut oqaatingit killukuarniaqaruilugit Tabra taina okauti rakalwit inna okauti watamna taina ito. Taina ito ako na uwi nakto akalwit okauti ron imma taina aulaki na ya miliw waptik tum.
People, young and old, they have to want to. They have to be proud of who they are as an evaluate. And, you know, instead of saying, oh, it's no use, it's gone, we might as well forget it and live like white man does. You have to be proud of who you are. And the language is a big part of who you are.
How would we teach in Valley then? Keep on teaching it, or?
Well, it has to be, like Rose said, everybody. Everybody at the same time, not special times here and there. It has to be every day, all over the place. And people have to want to care.
How about teaching people, like you have a teacher every year coming from South, and then how could we get a teacher
So
like
in
that?
the schools and
Yeah, in the
classrooms
school.
and stuff, yeah, they could have then bilingual teachers and have it not like a separate thing in the school, but as everyday learning in the classrooms, and have straight in evaluate in the school. Everybody become all in evaluate teachers, everything, instead of being always following. Be leaders in their own land.
I think that's the direction our educational system has to take. For years, the Arctic College has not met our needs. It brought out teachers like myself, but I wasn't fluent in Nunavut when I went in, and I'm not totally fluent today. And when I took the Arctic College programs, it wasn't really oriented to the local communities in our region. We had to find resources in the southern school, you know, and their resources are so different from us too. We need to do our teacher training in our region because our resources are here, our elders are here, to make it really, really successful.
How about the budgeting, like when you have to do a job for 3 months, and can you learn in 3 months? Or what, like you get a contract for 3 months, and you can't do all the job in 3 months, like
Go ahead.
budgeting.
I don't think anybody could learn in 3 months. Pinahunig kihinig tatkakaw din ninyo ililay yung nato. Maningnik pilyagoming takpawang hiwituruamig ato na kaming nikihinig pinayakit pang mapakahin nyo ba inilania. Wana inyuwing mi inyuwektot tamat ko nga maningnik pilyarat ilihimagit ka ICS malawloon ng ISDP malugurya hal to hamika maningnig pinivyo ilo kayong tap ko alangul lableting alani kiheni habakra tayo na invelop tun tayo na hibikuhuramik pingahunig tatkakayo din kiheni katuakramik manikha lableting nalop kahukutingahin tam na nungupan manitik na huli-huli ilihawti kramik pinyang maraming naluwa ko ting imma ataw hea ko ting manik pang mig pilyak kuming hintam na atokolo ilokan atuakrak inyubelot kihenik ilihawti kramik tam na leitwa ka na yaka naihuram ki ililate yung naman, ha?
I think that's really the important thing, that we should have a lot of money put into our region because of language loss. And it doesn't have to be a lot of money for a long time. It's a lot of money for a short period of time, just so we can do all the things to get the language back on its feet and going. The way that it's budgeted now in our schools, it's very, very pathetic that we have to look around for money to pay our Invalipton instructors in a school year after year, and the government says that Invalipton is an official language of the Northwest Territories, and we have to dig around to try and find money so the instructors can teach for the whole year, and always, year after year, we're short of money.
Mama, kana me butain mani ini kolekta orote okatiptigo.
Tabra amausu tilawut taipko tatawut kolekta kami kolekta otiragatio tilangi tinyui ilihim maktublut inyune gilya ilihim maktublokingilan ibunikrani abung akparu ilihimata ilihimahukay tabra okatiragati tabrago tangi taina tangi tingilaka akparu kaya takpata tabrago kuya kerut.
Kaya nakpara ko bunga kay kape, Lillian, Elias, Rosemarie, Kirby, Mama Galo, Martha, Harry, Beverly, Amos lo. Unawa pagkarawan pipahali put una kauti hatai put.
Okay, now you got to thank them again differently.
Okay.
Not guys.
Okay.
Malilin, Kainani, Lillian,
Yeah.
Rosemarie, Lu, and Mama Galu.
Say
Yeah.
your name.
Say our names.
Okay, the time you're ready,
Okay.
you know how to do it.
Kaya nani, Lillian, Rosemarie, Mama Galo, Martha, Harry, and Beverly, Amos.
Try
I almost forgot. Almost forgot. my computer had to go like this.
Lillian, Rose, Martha, and Beverly. You know what? You know what?
Okay?
If you use it that way, you know what it means. That's Lillian, Amos, Rosemary, Amos, Martha.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what it means.
Yeah.
Lillian, Rose, Martha, Beverly,
Okay.
Amos.
Say all their names, Leonard. Thank Lillian, Elias,
Yeah.
Rosemary,